Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really happy to be here after 2 years. I'm again at this expo stage. My original presentation, this is like a completely new from scratch presentation I created especially for you. It's called How to Survive on Crypto in 2025 as a Digital Nomad. So I have been traveling for the last 10 years, and basically I'm trying to survive on Bitcoin or crypto. Sometimes some people don't like the term like a crypto. And in this presentation, I'm going to summarize all my experiences in many different countries, how it is possible to make it in the most easy and most comfortable way. So one thing you should be aware that life on fiat is becoming much more difficult. So just make a very easy experiment, try to send more than 10,000 USD or 10,000 euros to any non-EU bank from your EU bank account. And more than sure, your EU bank will just freeze your transaction and start to ask you a lot of stupid questions. So using fiat is much more complicated every year because there is a lot of KYC, AML bureaucracy, and especially if you're sending money out of the EU. If you do like most of your time SEPA transactions inside of the EU, usually have no problems. Another big problem is transaction tax. In my country, Slovakia, they introduced something what is called transaction tax. So basically, as a company, you have to pay taxes from each transaction, each bank transfer, which is super stupid. They also have it in Venezuela and Hungary. Cash. Cash is also a big problem for the EU or for the most countries because there are a lot of restriction cash limits. And the problem of any like a fiat transaction is that they can basically freeze your transaction, and the bank, and it also means like the state, they completely see to all your transactions. I would like to describe like a privacy pyramids of crypto, how the ideal privacy looks like. So if you are talking about like a crypto cash, the best solution is Bitcoin Lightning or like a Cashew tokens or Monero. If you are talking about semi-ideal privacy, then you can use like an on-chain Bitcoin transaction, Ethereum, some stablecoin, decentralized stablecoins. Then you have even more less privacy and more centralization. We are talking about centralized stablecoin like a USDT and USDC. The problem of crypto transaction, direct crypto transaction, is that like a Bitcoin Lightning or Monero, they need like a high crypto adoption, and you need like some way to change your fiat to crypto and use it. I also created like a privacy pyramid of fiat. So the best privacy is of course cash. The better privacy is like a bank account in any financial institution which is in non-CRS country. There are only few countries in the world that still haven't signed CRS yet, like Paraguay, Kyrgyzstan, Cambodia. For example, we can help you to open the bank account in Kyrgyzstan or Paraguay. Then you have like acceptable privacy. So it basically means that you have a bank account in the country like Georgia that signed CRS or Gibraltar. And in this situation, you use your tax ID from non-CRS country like a Paraguay, for example. And then you have like a bank account with no privacy at all. It is basically when you have a bank account open anywhere in the EU country, for example. So this means like a complete surveillance, complete spying. The banks send all information to tax authorities, for example. So one important information, if you feel government or any third parties, you should always care about your privacy. Maybe this slide is not important to say, but very shortly, what is the significant advantages of crypto over fiat? You have full control over your Bitcoin. You have much more better privacy, especially when you use Bitcoin Lightning. Basically, there is no third party that can decide if to freeze or to stop your transaction. So we are completely immune against censorship. So if it is possible, so now I'm going to tell you about my personal experience. If it is possible, always prefer crypto because it means more privacy, and more privacy means usually less potential problems. Anonymous crypto cash, I'm going to skip this slide because we are at the Bitcoin conference. anonymous crypto, Bitcoin Lightning. So unlike Bitcoin, Bitcoin Lightning is a significant privacy upgrade, what you should know. There is like a website which is called kyc.me. I strongly recommend you to check this website. There are many services described where you can basically buy anything without KYC. The best way to trade anonymous crypto or to buy anonymous crypto is using like a Vexel, famous check product, or you can use Bitcoin ATM machine, or you can use BSCA. Me personally, for example, I also run my personal Lightning node. I use like Albi Hub, and I will use a lot of like different Lightning wallets. And if it is possible, I'm trying to use Bitrefill to pay everything, really everything. So let's check. So Bitrefill, probably you don't know it. If you don't know it, you should know it, because this is just the list of services you can pay. You can pay in the you can use with Bitrefill or pay with Bitrefill in the Czech Republic. So quite a lot of services. And also, probably you should know about Cashew. Cashew is a very unique implementation of Shomian eCash, something very similar like a Fedimint. I'm going to skip this slide because Cashew practically is still not used. It's still an experimental project with a low adoption. And then I'm going to describe you more. If you use like an on-chain transaction or you use shitcoin, I use personally the project or service which is called Travala. So this is probably the best portal to buy the tickets, accommodation, activities for crypto. So it's something similar like a booking. You can also ask for the highest diamond Avasmar program, and you can use this to buy like you can use any crypto. I think even Bitcoin Lightning, on-chain transaction. There is something similar called Destinia or Virex Travel or Excel Trip, but I think Travel.com is the best if you're like a digital nomad and you travel a lot. Okay. And then you should also know that Airbnb officially doesn't support Bitcoin or on-chain or like any crypto transaction. But what you can do, you can use Bitrefill, and thanks to Bitcoin Lightning or thanks to on-chain Bitcoin transaction, you can buy Airbnb vouchers and use it in many countries, including, for example, Slovakia and many EU countries. So you can use Travala to book accommodation in your favorite hotel, or you can use these Bitrefill vouchers to book your accommodation. Another interesting thing is that what kind of stablecoin or cards I use. As I told you, like I'm trying to use crypto everywhere where it's possible, but sometimes I accept just a debit card. In this situation, I use like a crypto card, and there are like multiple options. If you have like a Paraguayan residency or Panamanian residency or Uruguayan residency, probably these are the best services you can use to make transaction. These services are out of the EU, so basically you can make your registration KYC using your Paraguayan documents, Paraguayan cedula. It's like Xapo, Red.Pay, Cypher IQ, or Crypto.com. If you're like a Panamanian resident, there is like a great service which is called Lulubit. If you have Argentinian residency, there is a service which is called Lemon.me. With the Lemon.me, you can basically pay everywhere in Argentina. Everywhere, when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere with a Bitcoin or Bitcoin Lightning. Then there is like a new, really nice service which is called Brinking.xyz, and this is like a tool to pay any bills inside of the EU using Bitcoin or using Bitcoin Lightning. I use it; it's really nice. You don't need to make KYC. If you make transaction for less than 10,000 euros per month. So basically, you can use it without KYC. Just use like any random European address. And the cool thing is that these SEPA transactions you can make SEPA transaction immediately. So you can just pay with a Bitcoin Lightning and make SEPA transaction immediately. So I use it for paying like invoices inside of the EU. The cool thing, you can make KYC to this service even with a Paraguayan proof of address. I have just tried and it works. And then cash payments. As I told you, the cash is king. So basically, cash is still the best if you want to achieve your privacy. There are still many countries, for example, in the Czech Republic, where there are a lot of Bitcoin crypto ATM machine, they still offer like a cash. So we can pick up, for example, here in Czech Republic, cash up to $1,000 euros with no KYC. There is like a great application from Satoshi Lab called Vexel, which is very popular, especially in Central Europe. Or the other option is, for example, we offer like a luxury premium bank accounts in Georgia. When you have like a Visa signature card or Kyrgyzstan bank account, Bakai, with this card basically, which is like a non-CRS bank account. So basically, they don't do reporting anywhere out of Kyrgyzstan. You can withdraw the cash anywhere. Non-CRS bank account. So as I told you, if you should use the bank account and for you the privacy is the most important, you should use non-CRS bank account. What does it mean? CRS is basically an international agreement signed by almost all countries in the world. Non-CRS means that countries which did not sign CRS and they don't plan to sign CRS, these countries, they don't do any automatic reporting out of the country. So for example, Paraguay didn't sign CRS, or Kyrgyzstan didn't sign CRS. So for example, when you open the Kyrgyzstan Bakai account, we can help you with that completely remotely. You can have like a fully functional country bank account in a non-CRS country. So basically, nobody knows out of Kyrgyzstan that you have this bank account. All Paraguayan bank accounts or Paraguayans also didn't sign CRS, so you have also privacy in Paraguay. But the problem is that unless you have like a local income, at least $1,000, if you don't have local income in Paraguay, in that situation you have limits. You can open only basic bank accounts with a limit up to $1,000. Another option is Cambodia. And so, as I told you, another good option is to have like a CRS bank account with a non-CRS tax residency. So I'm talking, for example, about Xapo or Bank of Georgia, when you can basically have like a privacy-oriented bank account, because when you use tax residency in Paraguay, they don't do reporting to Paraguay because Paraguay didn't sign CRS. Okay, these are 7 reasons why you need like a Georgian bank account. Binance P2P, so you don't need to like Binance, but the cool thing is that if you're a resident of Paraguay, you can easily open your Binance bank account using your Paraguayan cedula, which means like a no reporting except of Paraguay. So many people may appreciate this. And one of the great services of Binance is Binance P2P service, which is something very similar to Vexel. But the cool thing about Binance P2P service is that it works almost in all countries. So it works perfectly in Argentina, in Panama, in Georgia, in most Latin American countries, Asian countries. So using this service, you can easily change any crypto, including Bitcoin, to any fiat in any country in the world. The problem is that you can always receive the crypto fiat from a criminal subject. So the bank can close your bank account. So, and this happened many times. So if you think this may be a problem for you, I recommend you to use like a different way of changing your crypto. And then like a traditional bank accounts in a CRS countries. So basically when you use Revolut, N26, then all these bank accounts, you have basically no privacy, because all these banks, they do automatic CRS reporting, and they send information every year that you have the bank account information about your account balance and so on. So if you care about your privacy, you should definitely avoid using these services. Then, if you cannot afford to be like a tax resident of Paraguay, so basically you have to live there. You have to live majority of your time in one country, for example, in Czech Republic or any EU country. There is still a nice option to live from the Bitcoin loan or crypto loan. There are many services. I would like to point out the service which is called Farfish. This company, also, I think they also have like some booth here. You can use this service to ask for Bitcoin loan, so that you can ask for like you can basically borrow fiat and use your Bitcoin as a collateral. Or there are like a decentralized solution like AAV. Okay, and this is my personal setup. So I'm going to explain to you about my personal setup. Wherever it is possible, I'm trying to use like a physical cash. but sometimes physical cash is not accepted. Or if it is possible, I'm using anonymous cryptocurrency. So I use like a Bitcoin Lightning, I use Monero. Okay, if it is not possible, I'm switching to pseudo-anonymous crypto, like a Bitcoin on-chain or stablecoins. If this is not possible, I'm trying to use non-serious bank accounts. So basically, I use like my Visa Infinite from Bakai, my Kyrgyzstan bank, or I have like a bank accounts in many bank accounts in Paraguay. Or if this is not possible, then I'm using like a serious bank account with my Paraguayan non-serious residency. So basically, I use Bank of Georgia, or I use like Sapo with my Paraguayan tax residency. And what I'm trying to avoid using all serious bank accounts, especially serious accounts in the EU. I'm trying to avoid buying and using KYC for selling or buying crypto. Next, then for travel bookings, I use Traveler. So I use like a crypto for all my bookings. I'm trying to pay everything, like for example, my mobile, my bill from like a mobile service. I pay with Bitrefill. I'm trying to use it whenever it's possible. Personally, I use like a Paraguayan SIM card, and also I use anonymous eSIM with a Mobimetro, specifically Spark eSIM. If it is possible, in each country, I am trying to use like a local crypto services, the crypto exchanges. I'm trying to open the local bank accounts. So what I'm trying to do, I'm also trying to avoid international fiat transaction, because when you do international fiat transaction, it's always considered to be like suspicious. It's very often inspected by banks, and for international transaction, Bitcoin or crypto is always better. Yeah, and then maybe I should like maybe I should tell some more information about our like liberation travel community. So we are a pretty big community, global opportunities. Basically, we are international community of digital nomads around the world where we share all this information. So basically, what I just said to you, this was not my personal information, but this is like a community information I got from our community. And for example, we also run like a P2P exchange for solo bank account owners in Bank of Georgia. Also, we run a P2P exchange for Bakai owners in Kyrgyzstan. So basically, we are helping digital nomads, all crypto people, to opt out of the system and to have a free life. That's all. Thanks a lot. Maybe time for a question? 1 or 2 minutes we have? Yeah. Okay, so we have time.
For one question.
Yeah.
One question.
One question. Just one question. Ask.
So my question is, what made you more aware and made you found this signal team and social to encourage more people to travel more aware of how they spend their money?
I didn't understand it. Can you repeat again?
What made you more aware of spending money while you are traveling and anonymously?
Why? What's the question? Is that what?
What made you more aware?
Okay. Basically,
to do this?
So this is my maybe ideological decision, because I don't want to be spied by the government. I don't want to be spied by the fiat system, and that was my personal reason why I decided to stop using it, or at least eliminate using like a fiat system. And what I can tell you about this is that each year it's just more easy and more easy. Despite the fact that we have like a crypto regulation, like MiCA, for example, in the EU, despite the fact that EU governments make it more complicated, more difficult to use crypto, we still have better and better crypto infrastructure. So every year it's more easy and more easy to survive on crypto. So now I could say now, in these days, in 2025, it's more easy to survive on Bitcoin than on fiat. That's all.
Secure your BTC Prague 2026 ticket at the lowest possible price now.